Welcome to today's video. Wait, what? Some chemotherapies actually come from nature? I'm making this video in response to the fact that many people are really afraid of doing chemotherapy. Of all the parts of a cancer treatment plan, I think chemotherapy is the most fearsome for people. Many people are afraid because of the side effects they know come with chemotherapy. Chemotherapy does come with a lot of side effects. So for example, nail changes, it can change the skin on your hands and feet and make it red and sore, obviously hair loss and nausea. But in my experience, chemotherapy is not as bad as it's portrayed on TV. But along with those who are afraid of chemotherapy are those that want natural treatment and turn to agents such as dog dewormer or apricot seeds for their treatment. Anyone I know who has foregone standard of care treatment for natural treatment has died. So while this is not a good plan, some of these agents are actually also poisons. The first chemotherapy drug I'm going to talk about is called Taxol, and it's commonly given to patients with breast or ovarian cancer. Commonly for breast cancer, patients get 12 doses, but I only got 4 doses because I went what's called the dose-dense route. Taxol was originally discovered in the yew tree in 1962. Scientists actually used to discover a lot more chemotherapeutic compounds in nature. Now they find more of them in synthetic labs because it takes a lot of work to find a compound in nature. And how they knew that this agent could be a chemotherapy is they put it on cancer cells and it had a cytotoxic effect. That means that it caused cell death. Many of these chemotherapeutic agents that are discovered come from plants, and that's because plants can't run away from their predators, so they have to protect themselves in another way, like producing poisons. The problem with Taxol is that we cannot yet make it synthetically in a lab, and each tree that's cut down only can supply 2 doses of Taxol. So we'd have to cut down a ton of trees to get as much Taxol as we need. The next drug I'm going to talk about is doxorubicin, which also goes by the name adriamycin. Many people will recognize this bright red drug. It's also sometimes called the red devil. Adriamycin was first discovered in 1950 by scientists who were looking at soil samples they found around this castle in Italy. They were looking for soil microbes that might have the potential to be cytotoxic, which means to kill cells. The scientists discovered a new strain of Streptomyces bacteria in the soil, and this strain actually produced a characteristic red pigment. And anyone who has had adriamycin recognizes that characteristic red color. That's why it's sometimes called the red devil, and this red color, it will actually make your pee red. The next drug I'm going to talk about is called eribulin or Halaven. This drug is less commonly given to patients, but it is given to patients who have stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. And this ugly thing is where eribulin was originally found. It's a sea sponge. It's called Helicondrodon ochudii. Here is another picture of the sea sponge. So that's it, folks. Sometimes chemotherapy is a natural treatment too.